Hello everyone, welcome back to EduTap and welcome to the success story session. In front of us today with us we have Mr. Ankith who has cleared the NABARD Grade A recently only. So the results are out and we have with us Mr. Ankith who has cleared the NABARD Grade A. So first of all, how happy you are, we want to know. First of all, heartiest congratulations and just tell the aspirants that how happy you are to achieve this goal.
Thank you, ma'am, for my introduction. I'm very much happy, ma'am, because I have been struggling in the department because I have been in the same stream since the past 6 years, and this is my second attempt. So I'm very happy that I could clear it because it's like generally after clearing passing off from the college after 6 years, still you have to be in touch with the subject what you have studied. It has been very tough for me because the pattern has been changed. I mean, when I have attempted in 2019, it was only objective type. So during the past 2 years, they have shifted from objective to subjective. So it was very difficult to prepare the subjective questions. And okay, ma'am, overall, I am very happy because I have cleared it at last. And
Yes.
my family and friends, they are very much happy that I could clear at last.
Yes. So kindly, like you have told that you were for 6 years, you were in this field. So kindly tell
Yes,
about your educational background and how, what were you doing after graduating?
yes, ma'am. So I'm basically from Hyderabad, and I completed my graduation in horticulture from Sri Kondalakshman Telangana State Horticulture University, formed after the bifurcation of our state of Telangana. I passed out in 2016. I was the recipient of gold medalist in my graduation for highest OGPA. And after finishing my graduation, I started preparing for agriculture field officer in IBPS. And then I got joined as a agriculture field officer in Bank of Baroda. I worked for a period of 2 years. Uh, Luckily, I was posted in the same state of Telangana only, not so far from home. And after doing as a agriculture field officer, I at the same time there was a vacancy for horticulture officer in the State Department of Horticulture, and simultaneously I started preparation for a horticulture officer. Then I shifted from bank to the State Department as a horticulture officer, and for the past 4 years I am in this department working closely with the farmers, deploying various government schemes from the state and the central, giving technical guidance to the farmers. And during this my journey, I have learned a lot and have gained experience. My experience from the bank and the experience which I'm presently gaining in this present job has been very helpful and guiding me for preparing to the NABARD, because the experience has counted in my interview for the NABARD.
So you were working as AFO and then you moved to the state level job. So it is quite exciting, I can say. And we will understand about your journey. We will understand about your learnings and the struggles. But before that, what was your motivation behind NABARD? And were you giving any other government exams also?
No, ma'am, I haven't given any government exams. Just soon after passing out from the college, I have given AF4 because at that time that was a opportunity which I had in front of me. Then, as I was working in the bank, I got opportunity to align with my educational background because I have been from horticulture background, and I got the opportunity to align with my horticulture subject. So I shifted from the bank to horticulture officer, and I got motivated like during the bank, and also when I was in the department. I have worked closely with the NABARD. Like in the bank, I have attended the DLTC meetings, SLBC meetings at the state level, where I used to go as one of the member as a representative from my bank. And in the department also, I have attended DLTC meetings from as a representative for district officers. So also NABARD arranges some programs like LEDPs and MEDPs for the SHG members for the development for their enterprise development programs. There I have been invited many times as a guest lecturer for delivering the lectures on horticulture enterprises like setting up of an horticulture nursery, preparation of vermicompost, and also preparation of Jivamrutam for natural farming. So I have attended the lectures, and I was invited many times. I'm also quite familiar with my DDMs. I have worked along with three DDMs in the past 6 years. So I'm familiar with them. So have moved very closely with them, and I got aligned of joining, and I got the idea of joining the NABARD because what I am doing in previous, like NABARD is a bank for agriculture and rural development. I have been in banking and I'm presently in agriculture. So both the sectors have gained the knowledge, and I think it should be aligned with the NABARD because NABARD is the combination of the both. So I got motivated from it, and I thought of joining the NABARD, and here I am.
That is a really nice journey. I can say that you were quite connected with the grassroots level, and you were
Yes.
quite connected with the people that are engaged there. As well as then you were motivated to join NABARD. So this is your first attempt or second attempt in which you have cleared the NABARD?
This is my second attempt. My first attempt was in 2019. At that time, I went up to interview, but unfortunately, I couldn't clear it. This is my second attempt, and this year it was more tougher for me because there was only one vacancy in the general.
Okay.
So I was very lucky enough to clear this year, and that too for just a single post.
Yes, yes, that's true. Like for a single post.
Yes,
Um,
ma'am.
so now coming to the question of your struggles, like you were working as well as you were working with such at such a grassroots level, and so what were your struggles that you faced, and how you were able to overcome those struggles and clear this NABARD?
Yes, ma'am. My struggles, ma'am, I'll tell you from the banking, because when I applied for the state department, the exam was in April of second week of April, and you can because how banking will be in the month of March.
Hmm.
So I couldn't prepare much, but I had a good knowledge of, because I was a topper from university. I had good knowledge about my subject, so it was very difficult to come from the banking to again to the state department, because in
Hmm.
the month of March we have very much of stress in the banking.
Hmm.
So I could clear it, and I have come here. And in the department, like, I get a lot of time. Means along with because I journey to the farmers, like I have to serve the farming community. I start early in the morning. Like go to the
Okay.
farm. We don't have like any attendance and type. We don't have anything like that. We have to just go to the fields and give guidance to the farmers, deploy the schemes which are initiated by the state and central government. So I used to start early in the morning by 5 a.m. like that. I used to come by 12, because after that I could get some free time for preparation, or also for preparation of other works like related to office, like preparation of reports. So this was very helpful for me, that I could manage my time after finishing my field work. I could sit on my preparation. And
Okay.
also the struggle which I faced was during the pandemic, because also during the corona time the vacancy was there for horticulture stream, but I didn't apply for it because I was very much busy with farming community in the corona pandemic, because where there was a very much issues at the ground level, because the farmers weren't able to send their produce to the markets and all. So at the ground level I worked along with them, tied up with them with some value chains and all. So it was I couldn't do my NABARD preparation during the time of pandemic, so I didn't apply that year. I applied this year because the situation was normal and I could get some time from my office for preparation. So like that my journey has gone, man.
It is really nice to see that how connected you are with the people and how connected you are, how much you felt for the farmers and you were helping them, because like
Yes, ma'am.
you dropped that year, you didn't give the exam because you knew that there is the need for yours in the grassroots level, in the level, and that's why you were not able to give the examination. But now see, their wishes has helped you, I can
Yes,
say,
ma'am.
and you have at last cleared the NABARD grade A. And so now we have understood about the struggles. Now you have given the two attempts, and in the first
Yes.
attempt also you were able to clear the mains, we can say. So what are your learnings from that first attempt, and what are your learnings coming to this second attempt that you have cleared?
Yes, ma'am. Where in the my very first attempt, I was just 10 months old in the department, so I was not well through to all the schemes and all.
Hmm.
So I could clear prelims and mains. Okay, it was good. In the interview only, I have lost because they asked me, because they are they were expecting questions what a horticulture officer must say. I
Hmm.
couldn't prepare up to that level, so I think I made some mistakes. And also the questions were like, and also it was a physical one interview. So at that time, six members were sitting in front of me, so it was very nervous condition. And the one more thing is like, at that time it was not like they now, as they are calling the stream wise now, for all the interviews they're calling stream wise. At that time they
Hmm.
used to call 20 people
Hmm.
at the head office in Mumbai, all of the different streams. And my interview was at the evening 5 o'clock. I was in the 19th person to attend on that day. What I learned from the interview panel is that they expect more from an experienced person.
Hmm.
They asked me about the banking, they asked me about the department. Banking I could say well and properly, but the department I was not well through about all the whatever the works are being done in the department. So it was one of the disadvantage thing, due to which I couldn't clear that year. So this time when I attended the interview, I went through everything. I didn't leave anything. I read about all the schemes which are being grounded by central government, state government. And one of the question which I was asked to me in the interview in 2019 was, how many veterinary hospitals are there in Telangana? So nowhere I have any link with that, but I understood that everything is mentioned in the district uh, credit link plan and also state focus paper. This time I have gone through the state focus paper, district paper, where I have memorized everything, like how many district veterinary hospitals are there, how many dispensaries are there, everything, like from Anganwadis to everything, whatever is there at the district level, the state level, I've gone through everything. So main what I have understood that district level paper, state focus paper, and the NABARD annual report. These are the three main things. And if you're experienced, it requires a more lot from you, because for experienced candidate, you can't decide like what questions they are going to ask. Whatever questions they are asking, you have to prepare the answer that and there itself. And
Yes.
one more thing, what is that? You can't even say that whether you're right or wrong, because they may be expecting some other answer. But what answer you have prepared, they may or they may not like. So it's a difficult thing for the experienced candidate.
Hmm.
But if you're well versed with your ideas and whatever you have been doing, then it's good to go.
Yes. So the thing is that if you have something in your document, in your resume, so you should be very clear about that. So
Yes.
that is true. So that is a big learning, because like there are many working aspirants that are working in a particular field. And if they do not know about their field, so it gives a bad kind of impression,
Yes.
I can say. So yes. So now I think we can move forward with the strategy part. And we have
Yes,
learned
ma'am.
a lot about you, that how from the grassroots level, now you are going to work in NABARD and you are going to help
Yes.
further the people. And it is really nice to see that how you were connected to the people, and now again you are going to help the people in a greater form, we can say. So now coming to the strategy part and talking about the phase 1 qualifying section, so it has the quant reasoning, English, the decision making, and the computer knowledge. So how difficult it was or how easy it was, like your take on that?
Ma'am, this year it was moderate. Decision making was something new for me because I haven't attempted any time. Aptitude, reasoning, English, and these I've attempted in the A4 also. Computer knowledge and current affairs. This we have to, however, prepare on the sidelines along with the ARD and ESI. Decision making was something new. Okay, I have gone through few channels on the YouTube. Whatever I could understand, I have learned from it. But what I have expected, the questions were different in the exam.
Okay.
So it was a very risky take. I didn't attempt more than two questions in the decision making. It was like, even if I answer all of them, even if I am not confident, it can give me a negative marking, and I may not clear in that place. So aptitude, reasoning, English. So these are the basic for any exam.
Hmm.
So there is not like specially I have prepared anything for that. It was a routine one for me because I have
Okay.
also attended banking.
Hmm.
Decision making, I have concentrated a little through the YouTube channels and all through browsing some pages on the Google. And then the current affairs, ARD and ESI. These I have followed from EduTap, ma'am. I have
Okay.
followed the marathon videos, reports, the videos on schemes and indices, union budget, current affairs, and also the ARD and ESI videos which have been taken on the EduTap. I've followed all of them, and I have also followed other channels because learning at EduTap is okay. If you also follow other channels, they will be maybe they may be on 80% there is the same thing in the other channels
Hmm.
also, but it is a kind of revision for you.
Hmm.
And also I have a habit of writing down anything. I think I have written 4 books just by following the videos. I've written about 4 books and I've revised them again and again. Almost I took a period of 1 month, like from August 5th up to August 15th. I was busy, kind of busy for the prelims. The prelims was on September 7th. So after 15th, I've taken about a gap from my office work for a period of 15 days. And during that time, I have seen all the videos. I've noted down everything. And the main key is revision. Revision is the most
Yes,
important thing.
that
So
is
that,
true.
yes, ma'am. Revision is the most important thing. Just don't be focused on one channel. Okay, you may get 100% information on one channel, but if you also shift to other channels, it will be a revision. Though there may be the same thing they will be telling, but it will be a kind of revision for you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now, sir, coming to like you have told about that how you were following the GA and you were following the ARD and the ESI part, but it is like quite facts and figures that you have to remember, how you were
Yes.
able to revise, how you were able, like you were making your own notes, but how much revision is you were doing, and were you also taking the mock tests for revision?
No, ma'am. I have totally I have prepared. I haven't purchased any course or anything. It was totally from the few free material which is available on the Google and YouTube. So my preparation was totally from the free videos which were uploaded in your channel. For the reports and figures, ma'am, the revision is the key. Like I told, have seen the videos on YouTube and also other channels. The same figures will get repeated in the next whatever videos you see. So it's kind of thing which gets fixed in your mind, the facts and figures. And mainly for the ARD and SI, I would recommend three magazines which should be definitely followed. Those are the Yojana magazine, Kurukshetra magazine, and Agriculture Today magazine. These magazines are most important. Just like you have to go through once and note down whatever important you think. Whatever important you think, you have to note down them. Because definitely, I think about 10 questions I have answered from these three magazines only. So main key is the revision. You have to go through the agriculture census, our union population census, then the UDC report, ICER report, ASER report, then economic survey, periodic labor force survey, NFSA survey, NAFI survey from NABARD, then socioeconomic and caste census reports, RB and NABARD reports, budget reports, ranks and indices. So these are all the reports which I've gone through. I have written them at a place. I have kept revising. Like even before going to sleep, just for a half an hour, I used to have a recap of all the just facts and figures, not about the subjective thing. The facts and figures I used to have used to revise once, just in the mind, just by leaning on the bed. I used to revise. So this is the key for remembering the facts and figures. Sorry, ma'am, you're not audible.
Sorry, sir. So you were telling about the reports, and uh, did you read the complete reports, or you were taking only the summary, or through the YouTube channels you were doing the reports?
Two things, ma'am. I've also reading the full report.
Hmm.
We have to go through the full report just once because the videos won't have everything.
Yeah.
Videos will just have the figure.
Hmm.
But if you go through once, you will understand why is that figure, for what that figure is, and how have they come to that figure. So you have to once thoroughly go through the report, then you have to go through the YouTube channels. So
Yes.
both are important.
Okay. So like you didn't have any compilation, and so you were going through the complete reports,
Yes.
and you were also going through the YouTube channels to understand, like to revise and to understand. So that is really nice. And now I think we have understood about the GA, ASI, ARD, as well as you have told about the other components also, the qualifying section also. So now I think we can move forward with the phase 2, that is the paper 1. Let's talk about the descriptive writing. So, how important do you think the practice is, and what was your way of practicing for that?
Yeah. Now, one thing, ma'am, banking and now the department. I have been framing letters. So I have been drafting letters to the up to collector. So I am bit quite thorough with the typing and all drafting techniques. So it was not a problem for drafting and all. The thing is the word limit. So the word limit and all I have practiced. I have tried to keep away the mistakes which I have been doing while typing, and also the keyboard which I'm using here and at the exam center are not quite the same. I'm very familiar with my keyboard here, but at the exam center it will be quite different.
Hmm.
So you have to just type on two or three types of keyboards just to make your hands free.
Yes, sir.
And English, ma'am, we will give credit to the EduTap only. I have just watched those three videos on essay writing, letter writing, and essay writing. Essays, I have taken the top 20 hot topics which are presently going on, and I've just given two or three revisions,
Hmm.
because essay main is the introduction and the conclusion, which should be attractive. So I have made my own introductions and conclusions, in which way I can give it, in which way I can make it more look attractive. Same in the form of letters. I have just written sample letters for the example, for manager, or to the municipal corporation, or to the friend. I've just prepared the introduction and conclusion. Body, I think we can decide anything at the time of exam. Introduction and the conclusion, I have prepared in the most attractive way, and I've repeated the same in the exam. It is for the letter writing.
Okay, sir.
And also, the main thing is the interface. The exam interface is very quite difficult, because at one side they'll be giving the questions, and all other side just half of the page will be visible. So we have to keep scrolling to see whether it's aligning properly or not. And also this time the word limit was not visible on the screen; it was visible at the bottom of the page. So we have to scroll to the bottom and we have to check how many words I have reached, how many words I have reached. We have to check each and every time. So that is a main thing, ma'am. They have to look after the alignment by scrolling towards the left and right, and also the bottom to see the number of word limit.
Okay.
Essay writing is the same, ma'am. I have just prepared some topics, and fortunately, I have got from the topic which was I have prepared for the exam.
Okay. And for the RC, is there a something particular pattern that should be followed, or the RC should be done first, or the essay should be done first?
Uh, Ma'am, this time I think there was no RC in the exam. Reading comprehensions, there were no RCs. There was just essay, English, and Prezi.
Okay. So now coming to the paper 2, that is for your particular field, it was horticulture. So how was the exam and how you prepared?
This was the most difficult thing, ma'am, because shifting from objective to subjective. Uh, the competition for me main was from the recently passed out batches of horticulture, because they will be more in touch with the subject because they are recently passed out. They know everything. For me, it is a very long gone because it's been 7 years since I have left the whatever material I had. I had just had the objective because I didn't expect it will be subjective type. But okay, I have gone through the websites of IARI and TNAU for preparing the subjective type questions. And also I had some books. I prefer mainly I will be telling to the horticulture students. For objective, instant horticulture, glossous horticulture, and basic horticulture. These are the main books for preparation for objective paper. Also, beside other than this from the subject, they will be also asking the current affairs and also various horticulture related schemes. Like this time they asked about the immediate scheme, also the export value of various horticultural crops. So we have to also be thorough with the reports and indices of the horticulture related crops, preferably horticulture, because this time they have given it. And also the scheme MIDS, they have asked like what is the central and state share, what is the central and state share for northeastern states. So just going through a subject is not enough. We have to also be thorough through the current affairs of the horticulture and what all the schemes are being implemented in horticulture. And for the paper two, and for the subject thing, I had some agriculture and fruits related books. They were subjective kind. So I have gone I have underlined the syllabus. I have made the questions what can be asked in that. So I have prepared for those questions. Unfortunately, those questions didn't come in the exam. They have given more of the plantation crops like rubber, tea, and erica nut, which are like some. It's rarely asked in the exam, but not bad. I have gone in the objective thing. I've also covered those things, so I could remember quite some answers and I've answered them.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there is a common query, like if you are from the horticulture background and there was only one post, one vacancy, I can say. So rather, the student is usually confused that I should give from my particular field or I should give from the general category, like for the general stream. So what is your take on that? And why did you prefer the horticulture only? If someone wants to join NABARD, can they give from the general stream?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, he can give from general stream. I have given from horticulture stream because I'm in the stream since same stream since last 4 years. So I think the more than the books, I've gained more knowledge outside, from outside of the books. So I thought, since I'm aligning with my educational background, so I thought I should align here also with my educational background. So specifically, I gave from horticulture stream. Maybe okay, there's only one vacancy, but it's not big thing. If you're confident enough that you can clear from your stream, then you should go for it. And general stream, you think that you can prepare like vast preparation you can give, and in a general stream you have to compete with more number of aspirants.
Yes.
And if you're fortunate, if you're like confident enough that like okay, I can prepare in this short period of time, then you should not go for it. I had just one post, but also I was employed, so I have to manage my time. So in that short span of time, I think I couldn't clear in the general. So I thought I should be better going with my horticulture stream only, because I have been aligned with that and I have been in the same stream. So I went for horticulture stream.
Okay. So yeah, I was getting many comments now that what should I do? Should I give from the agricultural stream or I should give from the general stream? So this is the answer that sir has also given, that it depends on you. that how much time you have, what you prefer, as well as what you want to do in the future. Do you want to align with your field or not? So yes, so you have to decide by yourself that what you want to do. So now coming to, we have discussed about the phase 2 also. Now coming to the interview part. So how was the interview? How was the panel? And how it was different from the first time you have given the interview?
First time, ma'am, first thing is it was a physical. This is a virtual. At that time, there were 6 members sitting in front of me with heavy coats and all. And this time, there were only 3 persons. And the main thing, ma'am, the camera. Because the camera, like I have watched myself in the virtual thing, I was always facing on the top side, like this one. Because the camera was there, but we are habituated to make eye contact with them. But if we try to make eye contact, our face is like somewhat like this in the video. But I couldn't adjust. I have seen it, but I couldn't adjust because automatically I have get habituated to answer them by seeing face to face.
Hmm.
So that is one thing, ma'am, in the interview, which is different in physical and virtual. And I was my biodata means I have given a mock interview through EduTap, where they have told me one thing, because my biodata was very strong. They told that your biodata is very strong. The interview panel have no reason to reject you unless you give them a reason. So that thing was very much in my mind, because my biodata I prepared very cautiously. I've seen the videos of Ritika ma'am, or also the videos on the EduTap app, and aligning with that, I have prepared my biodata. But unfortunately, I couldn't give my biodata for EduTap's mock video, because till that time the uh, link was not open. My mock interview happened on 18th of December. Till the time the biodata link was not activated, so I have given another form. And ma'am, one thing which they expect from the experienced candidate, experience of 6 years, 2 years of banking and 4 years of in the department, they won't be asking you any question from what you have studied in the college. It will be totally factual and it will be deep, and uh, there will be cross questioning and whatever you answer. They've asked me my introduction. I introduced myself, and also I told that I was a gold medalist in my undergraduation. They asked for what they have got gold medal. I have told them. Then after that, they asked me, "You have been in a bank. Now again, you are coming to a bank. Why do you want to come to a bank?" They have asked. I told that I want to align. I have gained the knowledge in my both the previous outings. So I think it will be a value addition for myself and also the growth of the organization. I can do more better at a senior role. Then I also mentioned about the trainings which I have given to the SSG members. So they were quite impressed with that. So they were like, okay, they were of idea that okay, he has already been in the field along with the NABARD's programs. Then there were questions like, what are the problems being faced by the horticulture farmers? This question. I was sure that they would be asking me this question. What are the problems do you think the horticulture farmers are facing at field level? I prepared a list of questions which I have literally seen the farmers which are facing. Then they only have asked me to answer the solutions for them. And also there were some cross questions on those solutions which I've given. Okay, but it was not a problem. It was quite good. Then there was a ma'am. She asked me about the banking things, like what is GLTC, then what is SLBC, what is scale of finance. These are all the banking things. I've answered them, because these are all the questions which they will be expecting to answer from a person who is experienced in banking and also in the department. They asked me about what work do I do in my designation. Then they asked me some schemes like Mission for Integrated Development of Horticulture. They asked me what are all the components. They were expecting at least there are around 22 components in this. So this is one of the main scheme of the Department of Horticulture. So I have prepared all those schemes. I could answer about 10 schemes in the interview. And at last, they have asked me the PLP. They asked me the PLP of my district. What is the projection of my district? Production linked credit plan. What is the allocation for agriculture? What is the allocation for MSME? Then there are some thrust points and some constraints which I have mentioned in the potentially credit plan. So we have to prepare those. And what all I could add means, other than what they have given, what all I could add, they have asked me. So I've given them points. And luckily, I've got a copy of PLP from my DDM. So it was very useful for me to get prepared for the interview. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And were there any questions directly from the website also?
No, ma'am, they didn't ask me anything about NABARD or anything from the website.
Okay.
Though I prepared the report, annual report of NABARD, but I didn't get any questions on this.
Okay. One question that I think that the aspirants will want to know, that how many months, like this was the question that is left, that how many months of the GA or the ESI did you do?
Last 6 months, preferably, we have to literally we have to do prepare for the last 6 months,
Okay.
because more than I don't think they'll be asking anything beyond last 6 months. So last 6 months we have to do. And one more thing, you have to also prepare the GA, which the day prior to the exam. I've seen the situation in 2019 only. I think forest report was announced just a day before exam, and the question came from that. So we have to
Okay.
be prepared even the day prior to the exam.
Okay. Okay. That is really nice. The interview was really nice, and we are towards the end of the interview. Any message for the aspirants out there?
Yes, ma'am. One thing which most of the interviewers won't be doing is they will be asking for a suggestion. And I have given a wonderful suggestion. Like you have to definitely give them a suggestion. It should be aligned with the whatever you are with the NABARD, whatever suggestion you're giving, it should be aligned with that. It should not be out of the context. So what a suggestion I gave was like the DLTC, like the scale of finance. It is decided generally by all the committee members. I asked them why isn't the investments scheme like different states are giving some amount for per acreage or per hectare as a
Mm.
amount as input subsidy, why isn't being included while deciding the scale of finance? I raised this question. They were quite impressed with that question, and they were like, "Okay, this question is good," but they were also like, why do you want to lessen the scale of finance? Do you think it will be useful for a farmer?" I told them, "Sir, this question was raised by one of the farmer in the DLTC meeting. They were like, why isn't this being taken into consideration while preparation of scale of finance?" So that question, I thought it was one of the best question. So I have kept the same question in front of them. They were quite impressed, and they were like, "No, it's a state matter, so it can be better decided at the state level. NABARD can't intervene in it." So I was okay, thank you, sir, and I've left.
Okay. So that is a good thing that if they are asking for the suggestions, you can also like put your point, and you shouldn't be afraid to put your point. And like you have given the 2 attempts in NABARD, anything that you want to say to the aspirants and how they can keep themselves motivated? You have faced the struggles, like you were working and still you were preparing, and you were working at the ground level also. So what is the motivation and the dedication that you had? So anything that you want to convey to the aspirants out there?
It was like, ma'am, once I have given the NABARD in 2019, and I've got an interview. I know what was the issue that I couldn't clear. I know it was somewhat the problems from issues from the department side. I got my NOC just a day before the interview, so it was quite difficult for me to get the NOC. So that thing, that I couldn't clear the interview in 2019 kept me going. I thought, though, no, I have to clear this because age of cutoff is just 30 years, and almost I'm 28. So that thing kept me going. Though I have faced some difficulties during the time of pandemic and couldn't attempt that time, I applied this year. I had just 1.5 month of time, and in that 1.5 month of time, I had 1 month of because the notification came in July, and it's the main peak season for cropping of the kharif crops. So up to August 15th, I was quite busy. I couldn't concentrate much, but the next 15 days which I had, I've given my 100%. I think I have studied more than 20 hours in a day because I had to cover whatever I have lost in the past 1 month.
Hmm.
So main key is revision. Just be grounded. Don't keep fantasies anything. Just be grounded. I have removed everything, like no WhatsApp, no Facebook, no Instagram. Just pure dedication. Keep watching videos. Keep revising everything. Have a goal. Have a goal that no, I have to clear this. This will be keeping you grounded, and you will be self motivated. You have to motivate yourself. No one is coming. Who will be coming and motivating you. You have to prepare and all. You have to be motivated yourself.
That is true. So thank you so much, sir, for coming. And it was a great interview. It was really nice talking with you.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm very much thankful to EduTap, ma'am. Though I have not I haven't purchased any course, but the free material was very excellent. It was excellent, ma'am. I think out of the 4 books which I have written for preparation for the prelims or mains, 90% of the things are from EduTap only. and other things are just repetitions of that. So
Thank you so much, sir.
just keep doing the same good work, ma'am. Keep giving
Thank
the
you so much.
free material to the students, and I think they can learn a lot from the YouTube channels.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. And it is really nice talking with you. It was really nice. The experience, the level, the ground, how much grounded you are, we can see. And you had done the work for the farmers. You were engaged with the farmers. You were doing the work. And now I know that you will do a greater work for them. And you are going to do a lot good. Thank you so much,
Yes.
sir, for coming.
Thank you, ma'am.